guys, welcome to Haana Together. I'm Haana and this is where I share my inspiration together with you guys. Today I'll be doing my 2021 bullet journal setup. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to like, comment and subscribe and hit the notification bell next to it to get notified each time I post a new video. So the journal I decided to use for this year was the Arch and Olive bullet journal, which is the same bullet journal I used for last year. I really liked the quality of the paper, and the design I picked was sort of this leaves and floral sort of forest theme, and I really liked it. So 2021 is actually the second year of my bullet journaling experience. I started last year. I really liked how writer Carol, which is the original person that created this system, but also how it's evolved over time. His original version was a lot more minimal and simplistic, but it's sort of now created also into this like art journey. But of course you can keep a bit minimal, but I like sort of making it my journey of how I do my art and making it sort of my creative space where I just create different themes and draw a bit, as it is really relaxing. But last year I found that I didn't really use my bullet journal to the fullest that I could have. I sort of didn't really use it all the time, as I know some people use it daily. I sort of want to find this year to make different spreads and make it not too complicated, that I try to use it more often and have it sort of something that helps push me on to become more organized and not something that's dragging me down, that sort of feels like I'm filling it out after I do it. Just sort of something to help me along to make it a bit more useful for me, if that makes a bit of sense. Anyway, so for my front cover, I decided to do the same sort of leaves that were on my on the front of the journal, as I thought it would be really cohesive, and I like it when it sort of matches throughout. I actually did a similar thing for last year. If you want to see that, I did my 2020 bullet journal flip through if you want to get some more inspiration and see how I did things for the first year of my bullet journaling experience. So here you see that I just wrote 2021 in this sort of big block writing. So the colors I sort of decided to use was this navy blue, a lighter sort of blue with a hint of purple, a light pink, and 2 shades of this dark green. I didn't really want to have such bright colors, so I decided to use these colors as they were quite muted, but they weren't too bright, but it also wasn't just black or white, as I did want a bit of pop of color and hopefully make it a bit more bright and happy, as 2020 wasn't the brightest year everyone thought it'd be, so hopefully 2021 can be a bit better. So for this year, I actually didn't do a key, as I found last year I sort of figured out the key as I went along, so I've sort of memorized the stuff I like to use. Found that I think I can sort of just go with what I've got in my brain and just go along, and if I want to make any changes, I can change it as I go instead of having to always stick with what I wrote in the key in case something doesn't work out for me. But so far it's been pretty good. So onto the next page, I decided to do a quote page. Center of the corners, I just drew a squiggly line, and I just added a whole bunch of different leaves in different colors, shapes and sizes, and I just put that all around, leaving a bit of space in the middle for a quote. So all the supplies I use in this video, I always put it down in the description bar in case you guys wondering what supplies I use. So here I just use a few different markers for the different color leaves and just keep on using the same supplies throughout the whole video. So in some of the spaces I actually drew some pink flowers, as I found that it sort of was nice to have in some of the empty spaces instead of adding whole big leaves. Here I also outlined them with a black gel pen that's really thin, so it sort of gets a nice outline and adds some detail without making it too like bold, which is really nice to keep that same sort of flowy effect. So here I also use my white gel pen just to add some highlights. So I also decided in the middle to add a little quote. I didn't want such a long quote, I just wanted a short inspirational quote, so I went with make it happen, and hopefully we can make it happen, making 2021 a wonderful year. So onto the next page, I decided to do a short goals page. So I just wrote goals, and later I'll just fill out a whole bunch of different goals. I maybe also just put them into different sections for maybe like personal or school or like different goals that I have. But yeah, I just wanted a bunch of sort of like self-reflections and stuff for the start of the year. I know a lot of people actually do like calendar spreads and whole other things, but I find that it's not really useful for me, and I don't know how much I'd actually look back on it and actually use it. That'd be helpful. So I just decided to do different spreads that I would like to use instead of just what the whole like bujo community uses. So yeah. So onto the next page, I wanted to do a bit more of some self-reflections just on me, so I can just look back and look on the year, so then maybe next time, in like 10 years time or something, I'll look back on this journal and see what a crazy year 2020 has been. So here I just wrote a goodbye 2020 and just have some different prompts for me to fill out. So it's basically just a reflection of how 2020's been. So here I've got different highlights of how 2020's been, what really like worked for my bullet journal, or like what sort of just worked in general and what like didn't work. So I just know for next year. So here I'm just adding a bit more of those same floral designs onto the side of the paper, just to have the whole thing very cohesive and bring out the theme throughout the whole setup. So onto the next page, I decided to do another one of those self-reflections. So this is Hello 2021. So basically this is sort of not really a reflection, but how I want to be like in 2021, how sort of the stuff I want to do or the stuff I want to improve on from 2020. So some of the stuff here is how I want to feel, what I want to invite into my life, and what I'll let go of. So onto the next page. This is probably my favorite spread out of this whole setup that I did for this year. This is something actually new that I'm gonna try. So I decided to do this vision board inside my bullet journal. I thought this is a great idea. So it's sort of just a smaller version than what you'd probably have on like a cork board, but it's just a great way to have lots of like inspiration for different things for next year that I sort of want to apply into my life. So I just printed a whole bunch of photos and cut them out and sort of put them into different categories. So the first category I decided to do was health, as I really want to improve on like eating healthy, and not only like my physical health of just exercising and stuff, but also like my mental health of like how I want to feel in the year of 2020, just controlling like my emotions and just my friendship between my friends and family. And yeah, so on the top left corner, I sort of did this inspiration for decor, as I really like doing lots of decorating for like my bedroom, but also my desk and stuff, as it is sort of like a hobby that I like doing. On the right hand side was also this spread for this topic for like studying, as I really want to like do sort of studying in a way that is really good for me next year. Sort of aesthetic studying, but not really. Like I want to make it aesthetic, but yet also really like good for me, that something that I'd actually use, and something like a studying way that helps me to study more effectively. But yeah, I also have another section here for stationery, as I want to like sort of improve like not just stationery but like art and stuff, to improve my art skills. That's something I want to do. Also sort of my stationery collection, I really want a nice stationery collection, but I'm grateful for what I've got right now as well. But also just having like a really neat desk and having it all organized and sort of aesthetic. And in the middle, I decided to draw the title in a sort of craft paper that I crumpled and just wrote vision board, as if I just wrote it, it wouldn't really stand out, as you couldn't really see it. But yeah, so here is just really simple spread. I'm just writing 2021 on the top and writing in photos in cursive writing. I sort of just wanted to do this sort of spread where I just have a whole bunch of photos from 2021, and it's sort of just it's just 2021 in photos, basically the title. So I'll just print out a whole different photos that I really enjoy, different memories of 2021, and just stick them there like a whole collage. So for the last two spreads of my 2021 bullet journal, I decided to do a things to check out page. Here I just use the same cursive font that I've been using throughout this whole video. So I split it up into four different sections of different things I want to check out. So basically, if someone suggests me something or I find something and I just want to put them all into one spot, so I've just got everything together, and yeah, so I just know what to check out and I'll just check it off once I've checked it out. So the different sections I've got is music, shows, streamers, and movies. So streamers being like sort of like different YouTubers or like Twitch streamers or something like that. And yeah, so the last spread, here's my 2021 birthdays. So here's just a great spread for me to remember, well, not really remember, but write down everyone's birthdays. So I just write down the different months, as I'm really forgetful. I don't remember everyone's birthdays, but here I can write it down, and every time I just have it all on one spread. So I just look at it and can see whose birthday is coming up, and yeah, so I can be organized. So this is going to be it for my 2021 bullet journal setup. I really hope you found some inspiration or just enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe and have the notifications on so you get notified each time I post a new video. And comment down below if you got any video suggestions that you'd like to see me do. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!